Hey, hello. How are you? Hello, hello. Hola, Alex. How are you? Hello, Aniket. Hello, Diane. Hello, guys. There. Hey, Mr. Hans. How you doing? Hello, Michelle. Tocayo. Hello, Lilia. Hey, Angel. How you doing? Thank you for coming today, guys. Hey, Global Hot. Hello, Kao, Patrick. Hey, what's up, Luke? Hey, Shoki. Hey, look, I have a question for you. Today is the first day that I shared the link for the YouTube live stream on a different channel on the Discord. Did you see the notification? Did you receive the notification? Hello, Shoki, Parv. Hello, Annette, Austin. So, guys, if you are yes, all right, yeah. You know what? I've been thinking that sometimes I share I share the link on the admin channel, and then it's this the exact same link. I take it to the options trade reviews channel, and I was like, well, I mean, it's just noise on the channel, right? It's just noise on the channel. So I was thinking, well, let me, instead of like announcing the session and then posting the link on the other channel, it's just gonna be one. And it's not that it takes more than 15 seconds for me. I think it's just to make, like to keep the server cleaner. All right. Uh, okay. Hey, Rafa. Hey, Soleado, Wepa. How you doing, brother? All right, guys. So today, um, oh well, first, before even going to the charts, thank you for everyone that has been leaving a message or a like, or like any sign of life on the charts that we have been sharing yesterday and today as posts on the Discord channel. I want to show you. I want to show you guys uh to right here. Okay, you can see my screen, right? Okay, so this was the second day two for this trial of sharing my charts on the pre-market. Today my levels were spot on. Levels were good. So I have some comments for you guys. Well, again, thank you for everyone who left a message or any sign of life with a like or something. Thank you very much, guys. So I was yesterday. I was like trial and error, trying to have the best approach for this. So if you guys open the charts on your phone, it's just like a click with your finger and it opens the chart and you can see everything. This is actually just the preview, right? But if you go to your mobile, you can like just click on the image and it's gonna display larger and complete. But I've been trying on my computer. For some reason, it's not working that easy. It's not working that easy. Well, first I already fixed so you can see the price, right? Yesterday you couldn't see the price scale. Well, I already fixed that. That was an easy fix. It's just like the preview. But I'm trying to open these images here and I can't. So someone suggested just to right click here, open image on new tab, and that's actually the easiest way to do it. That's the easiest way to do it. However, I will be testing different things so you guys can open the whole image. All right. So I just wanted to I just wanted to give you that update on the charts. Uh, Thank you for everyone who has been leaving messages or likes. I mean, again, sorry if this looks like I'm looking for interactions or something. It's not. I just want to know if the charts are getting to the right people and if they are useful. So if later in the day you say like, okay, well, Neto, your levels actually help me a bit or something, if you can go back to the charts and just, like leave your comment like, hey, Neto, I was trying this or that. For example, today, I think, for example, today, this area here was key, right? That was the key area for everything, for everything. And also, what about this 15-minute chart key level? That's actually a previous high on the day right here. It's November the 5th, so it was last Wednesday. So yeah, I mean, levels were spot on. Today was supposed, or well, it wasn't supposed. It has been going to be a low volume day with no banks on the trading arena. So it was just like a low volume day, right? So yeah, so that's why maybe we won't see too many touches on all of these key levels. But anyways, I mean, tonight I'm gonna refresh this chart. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna send you a refined chart for you. But as you can see here, nothing is gonna change like too much, right? So this white box, this area here, I think it's gonna stay, right? This area here, this demand, or support, whatever you want to say. I think this was the break, and today we had the retest of this area, and in my mind, this is going higher. This is going higher. That's what I'm thinking, right? That's what I'm thinking. Just by looking to the chart, I think we just had the break and retest of this area here, So we will see SPY ripping on the next days. Let's see if that actually happens. And I think key levels will remain. Probably I will add, I don't know, like some key level around here, 684 something on this area here. Or just take this key level to here, right? I don't know. Let's see if it happens. Let's see what happens from now to the end of the day and the post market. Let's see what happens. And well, I'm gonna keep sharing the chart until you say like, Neto, you lost your touch. Your charts are not useful anymore. But until that, I'm gonna keep sharing my charts with you guys if you are thinking they are useful and valuable. All right. Tasnim, SPY played hide and seek with me. It was crazy, right? This 679 key level, it was awful. It was awful. I know. I was there. I was there. I was stuck there. Declan, hi Neto, I have been backtesting your strategy and have had some of my best backtesting results ever. Still working on consistency. Brother, Declan, try backtesting this on a bearish market. Try backtesting this on a bearish market and you will be amazed. When I started backtesting the break retest boom, I went back, I think something like 7 years, and brother, that's the only thing I'm doing now. I mean, and I'm telling you, I mean, if you see my live streams from 5 months ago, I was trying the break and retest of the previous day high, previous day low, 5-minute opening range high, pre-market low. I'm not gonna say like I was all across the board, because I wasn't, but I was trying a lot of tickers, right? I was trying AMD, I was trying Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, sometimes Google, sometimes Microsoft. Um, uh, One or two times I tried Palantir. I was watching too many names, and when I went back to my journal was screaming at me like, "Bro, what are you doing? This is the one thing that you should be doing specifically and exclusively." So I just listened to my journal. I just listened to my journal, and I started back testing heavily and forward testing, and then I just went to live trading. My setup, my strategy, the break retest boom, only with SPY and QQQ. And brother, I mean, I think I've been sharing my results for the past 3 months, and I need to go back to my journal, but I think I only have like, I don't know, like 7 red days in the past 3 months. Yeah, that my win rate, my day win rate has been amazing. I've been having some losses. I'm always transparent about that. I've been having some losses, but I think I only had like 7 or 8 days, red days in the past 3 months. So that is telling you that this strategy is consistently working. And I'm not gonna say like, oh well, you all guys should be doing this, because it's not for everyone, right? First, it's same day expiration. So I know there's not many people feeling comfortable about having or trading same day expiration. Second, it's only puts. It's only puts. So I know we are so close to all time highs. I think all time highs is that 689.70. I think it is. So we are so close to all time highs, and there's people that just don't feel comfortable like shorting the market at these key levels. Well, I am, right? And also, there's people that they don't feel comfortable shorting at all, right? They don't like the red candles. They don't like uh, taking puts. They don't like the idea of like an asset uh, going lower. They are afraid of a V-shaped recovery. They are afraid of a huge or big bounce on the demand zone. Uh, but so yeah, I understand. But guys, if you feel comfortable with all what I just mentioned, this strategy is really easy to follow, and also it gives you a lot of time to prepare. So it's not like, oh well, in 2 seconds the setup just show up, and it's leaving me. No, no, no. It takes time to prepare. It takes time to 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 pour, to brew. It takes time to cook. So that's another thing that I like, right? So all right. Um, okay. Well, but thank you, Declan, for sharing your results on the back test. If you have something specific to share, like stats or something, that would be great. um, Mr. Hans, thank you for that. I will keep sharing them. uh, Kumar, hey Neto, can you post on some other platform than YouTube? uh, you know what, Kumar, I was thinking about that, and there are two things. First, there's a lot of people here on the YouTube that they are not on the Scarface community, and they belong to other communities where I don't post my trading ideas, or I'm not allowed to do that. So it's gonna be hard for me just to share on Discord. And I was thinking like, oh well, I can post my charts on my website, but for being honest, guys, I mean, I don't feel like that's the best idea, because I don't want to create traffic to the website other for than my like for my coaching programs. because it's not gonna be natural or organic, right? And I don't like that. I don't like the idea of having a lot of traffic on my website that is not for the business, right? So let me keep trying harder here on YouTube. There's something that needs to be done here. Just let me find out how to have better images for the charts, and I promise I'm working on this. The chart will be clearer. You will see. Uh, Guys, if you have an idea on where to share the charts, just let me know, right? It just I don't want to send you to my website just for looking at charts. Um, all right, Ayman, working on the questionnaire. That's good. Good. Patrick, for your charts, right click. No, RT click. More tools. Magnify image. Okay. Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, I mean, in my phone and in my computer, I can see them right. I can see them good quality and everything, but I know there's other people still struggling. So what created the big move this afternoon? I don't know. Hi Neto, I took SPY puts on the close of the 1035 candle. Give me 1 second. Sienna, Nicole, do you have a video where you go over your strategy in detail? I don't, but if you go to the video of October the 15th, 1/5, October 1/5, I think we spent like 40 minutes talking about this strategy. So Sienna, if you go to the October 15, that will be I think that's the closer to a video explanation of this strategy. Declan, I love how there are just two tickers I need to look at. Yeah. Declan, you sent a couple questions about the strategy in Circle. Okay, I'll take a look. Does the strategy not work for longs, or are you just taking short as part of the challenge? Well, actually, it does. That we call it the break retest kaboom, because it actually works for longs. It just the contracts, they don't move as fast as they do on shorts. So that's probably why I'm not taking them. Yeah, it all started with a discipline challenge. That's why I was taking only puts. But yes, it also works with calls. Hello, Barbara. Tasnim, I love them. Bishop gives more rewards. Only if you spot the very bottom, right? We are not shorting. We just make profits from moving the market from one liquid. That's the right mindset. That's actually something that I've been saying, right? It's not like I'm bearish on the market. I'm not. I just mentioned that in my eyes, this is going higher right now, right? And I don't care, right? Well, I do care because I have my long-term portfolio, so I would like to have this one in 800, right? It's not that I'm a bear. It's just like my edge. It's in finding these kind of opportunities on the pullbacks from, just as you said, from one liquidity pool to the other. Alessandro, welcome to this community. So you make only puts and only on the break and yes, yeah, Alex. Yeah, but don't pay attention to what I do. It's only one way to do it, right? We on this community, we go over different opportunities, entry opportunities, using the break and retest on the 1 minute chart. Okay. Usually what we do here, it's we take any opportunity from 9:30 to probably 11 in the morning. sometimes a little bit later, but never like 12 or 1 p.m. So we go over them, and I asked you questions about what was your idea. I mean, if you have a trade, just send it over and just explain what you were looking at, what key level, what was your entry. The time that you use is it should be the Eastern time. I'm in Central Time, but I have my charts on Eastern Time because like it's kind of the standard. So yeah, just send your ideas and we can take a look to your trades. Um, Hello, Nat. Hey, Gavin. I'm liking the strategy a lot. It's chasing. Yeah, yeah. Well, the good thing about the strategy is that it happens very often. It happens very often. If there's one day that you have a lot of doubts about that setup, just like just let it go. I mean, skip it. Or if you see that you are just chasing, that you miss the best entry, skip it. There's other coming later. Don't worry. Uh, Chimax, AMD, and Nvidia, yes. Mr. Hans on Twitter. Uh, Barbara SPY puts TradingView exclusive template. How do you do that? And there's a lot of people. Actually, some of my students on the coaching program, they don't have TradingView because they are using Thinkorswim TOS, and that platform has a really good charting widget. So they don't use the TradingView. So that's why actually this idea of sharing my charts uh, was born in my coaching program, because now I have quite a few people um, on under my programs, the coaching and the mentoring program, and they were always like, "Hey, Neto, I know you are not teaching us technicals, but could you share something about your charts and everything?" And then on like on YouTube, the people just second the idea, right? But that's why I'm not sure about sharing a trading view chart. I think this YouTube thing, we just need to figure out how to make it work better. I will. Don't worry, I will. I'm working on that. Kumar, many times I enter a trade, and if it keeps chopping around for 30 minutes, I just end up losing patience and exiting, and the next candle the trade. Yeah, well, that's because you are watching your P&L. If you see your chart only, you will see that, okay, well, unless it doesn't break my invalidation level or my like my range, I should stay. I know it takes a lot of patience and also availability, right? I mean, probably you are trading while in your work, or like you're busy with something else. So yeah, it's a mix or a blend of a few things, right? Yeah. Any way to fix this? Yeah, the only patience, brother. Just look at your chart, not your P&L. Not trade for me today due to bank holiday. I still good set up. To 12:28 on SPY, Aniket. We don't need trading view to see a chart when you share the link. Okay, well that could work. So do you have a list of confirmations that are essentially waiting for? You are identifying higher time frame levels and 15. Yeah, well, for example, I think this is the best example of how the higher time frames are always important, right? If even if I'm gonna show you the 1 minute chart in a second. But even when the break of the pre-market low was kind of very clear, we had this area here, and you can't ignore how well it was held as support, then as a resistance, and now it was used as a support again. right on this pivot high from yesterday. So yeah, I mean, I know the higher time frames need to be present, especially for your exits. But remember, I mean, you can't take an entry if you have not planned also your entries. I'm sorry, also your exits. All right, so guys, let's go now. Let's go to the charts. All right. So again, well, this white box is this. Oh, what happened to my box? Okay, right here. So this white box is this white box, right? So I was waiting for weakness around the first range of the morning. We finally we broke this one. And also I was watching from the pre-market this area here. This area is 679.50. So I was watching for the break of this area. We finally got it. Retested the 5-minute opening range low, and as you can see here, I waited for many candles. We had the retest here, 10:08. I waited for 10:09, 10:10, 10:11, finally 10:12. Why? Because now I was watching these candles here below the 5-minute opening range low. So this is showing me that sellers are in control here and they are pushing down price here. So what I was expecting here, well, actually I was expecting this, right? That was my expectation, right? But my first target were right here, 679. Why 679? Well, look at this. I mean, this 679 has been this key level here on the 15-minute chart. If you come here, 679 was strong key level, or like a strong number to watch here. So we got it here. I had like 40% on these candles here. I took majority of my position here. I took 1/4 of my position all the way to break even. I closed my trade here. Why, Neto, if this is not hitting your stop loss level? Well, because I have this new trade rule for me, because that works for me. It's not a general rule. It's not something that I use on all of my setups, but on these kind of setups, same day expiration, once I go over 25-30% on my contracts, I have my stop loss at break even. I don't let it go red. I prefer to re-enter just as I did later in the day. So we had this same break and retest of this area here, this demand zone on the pre-market. And when we broke it again, we rejected, came back, rejected again. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take this time. This time is actually going to my 15-minute chart key level. It didn't. It didn't. It started struggling right here, right on the same 678.80 or something like this. Right here, yeah. So after 6 attempts to break, I ended closing my trade, and I had a really decent 20% on these contracts. But yeah, no, it was so exhausting. Low volume, no real, no real weakness, no real price action, and we had 1, 2, 3 attempts to break this 678.80, and we never did. So I just surrendered here against buyers, and I ended closing my position. But this second trade was a product of my rule of having break even on my contracts once I'm up on 25-30% of my contracts. but with 0 DTE, that must have been quite a bit lower than the actual entry price. Are exiting on break even or underlying on contract? No, I'm exiting on the contracts premium break even. Yeah, that's why I ended closing my trade on this candle. Lilia, hey Neto, I also had the same trade as your first one with the same high expectations, and yeah, coming this way here. Close half of my position at the rejection level, all right, and then fully close at pre-market low. That was a really great trade management, Lilia. Good job there. Good job there. So, anyone have question about why we took these two trades? If you don't, I would like to go to QQQ because that was even clearer. But I was super focused on SPY and I miss out on QQQ. I was actually looking at QQQ later in the day and I was like, bro, this was easier. This was better. Why you didn't take QQQ? So I want to show you this. This is QQQ, guys. This is a really nice break and retest pre-market low, and also this area here, the same area than SPY on the pre-market. Look at how nice rejections here. Rejection of the 5-minute opening range high. I'm sorry, 5-minute opening range low. Rejection here, and then when we were below this area here and below the pre-market low, this was a really nice entry opportunity here. Even if you were just going for low of the day, well, let's say 619. 619 was 1 to 1.5, right? I know that's not enough for our system, but look at this. I mean, we had 618 and it was a 1 to 3.45 risk reward rate to trade, and it actually went lower. So we had this opportunity here. Also, look at this. Also, we had this break and retest of the pre-market low. So maybe here and maybe to 618. It was a 1 to 3 risk reward rate to trade. And then we had this break and retest of previous low of the day. Do you see how many nice looking opportunities we have on QQQ? It's just I was hyper focused on SPY and I wasn't paying attention here. Tasnim, I got trapped to the second attempt to break the 5-minute candle. Yeah. On QQQ or SPY? Delta, high Neto took SPY puts on the close of 1035. Let's go back. 1035. Why here, brother? You were looking like the break and retest of this, right? This previous low of the day. Yeah, I think it was a great trade. I think it was a good idea because, as I said, my expectations were to actually hit this. Right? So yeah, you were looking for something like this, right? Something like this. Delta, something like that. Yeah, you don't usually buy around low of the day, but with puts, I wanted this to immediately work. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I understand what you tried here. It was a nice try. It was a nice try, and just as I said, I mean, my expectations were to hit 678. Just didn't work. Mr. Hans, you took puts QQQ 1003, 1003, 1003 here, failing to create new highs. Well, I don't like this was actually higher than this, right? But it broke the opening price. Would you say it was a valid trade? I don't know, brother. For me, this is, this is a higher high. So right here, right here you had your market structure very clear, but here this is a higher high. This is a higher high. But I mean, you had a high risk of trying something like this, right? Like creating a higher low and then a higher high. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. But how did you know, right? How did you know? So that's why I wouldn't like that 1003. You said 1003 right here. Yeah, that's what I wouldn't like this entry here. But I mean, brother, you were lucky and you have a lower low. So yeah, that was nice. Actually, when did you close this trade, Mr. Hans? 56%. Oh my God. Yeah, so you probably closed something like here, right? Good job there. Dion, QQQ puts 1043, 1043, right here. Look at this. This is this trade here. Good job there, Dion. You were aiming previous day low. Yeah, it this previous day low. It's similar to this 15-minute key level on SPY, right? Uh, Hi Neto, what do you think SPY 1026 put? 1026, 1026. Uh, it's okay. It's okay because at the end you are keeping market structure, right? You are still having lower high, lower low. This is a lower high, so yeah, this could be good. And this is actually a very little lower low, lower high. Look at this. This is why it took me forever. This is why it took me forever to say like, okay, well, I'm going out on this trade because we were actually creating market structure to the downside. Just didn't work. I mean, just didn't have all the continuation that I wanted. CL, it was a good entry. Kumar, I entered 1019 candle on SPY. 1019 candle. Why? Previous candle retest the previous low of the day. Ten 19. I understand your idea, but this is low of the day. And I know I always say like, well, I don't care if I'm very close to low of the day, but that candle is actually the actual low of the day. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to QQQ. Okay, guys, I'm not going back to SPY until tomorrow. Okay. Randall, how you doing? After breaking even on the QQQ trade, could you take the 84% rule on the 1032 candle? Come on. Okay. 1032 candle. 1032 candle. 84% rule. For me, this was kind of chasing, Randall. You were too late on this retest of pre-market low and continuation to the downside. And this is I mean, unless you bought here 619 or something like that. 6 once it broke 619, something like here. I don't know. For me, it's like you are chasing this move. I just don't see right here. This is 619. Your risk needs to be all the way to here. Your 1 to 2 risk reward rated trade is right here, 617.30. You actually no. I don't like this, Randall. For me, it was kind of chasing this move here. All right. So okay. So do you guys see everything that we are saying, right? Key levels, previous low of the day, pre-market low. Any other trade that you guys took here? No? Let's give it 5 seconds or we will go to the tech names for a change because we have been spending too much time on indices the past days. All right, let's go to tech names. AMD was super easy. This is the textbook definition of the break retest boom. Alessandro, you that are new. Are you still here, Alessandro? Alessandro Crossi. What are you, my friend? Italian? Alessandro. So if you are still here, so my strategy, the strategy that I use, we all use, and we are looking for the break and retest of key levels on the 1 minute. But the one that I use, it's this. Using this area here, this is the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute opening range area that was used as support. Then we broke it, retested, and then it's rejected. It was used as a resistance now. All right, can you see here? Alessandro? No, we lost Alessandro. Well, anyway, so guys, this is a textbook break retest boom, right? Okay, so support, then turn into resistance and then drop. Okay, so that was super easy, right? This is super easy. And then we had a second chance here. We had this support, this 15 minute, this is 15-minute chart key level. We came back, retested 244, that also was previous day close. Came back, broke this key level, bounced on the 5-minute opening range low, pre-market low, came back to this 15-minute chart key level, and then another drop. So this support was turned into resistance again, and then another drop, right? So I just love it. I mean, today AMD was super easy, just as I like it, just as we squeezed it last year and early this year. I just love it. Okay. Samuel, I took QQQQ puts. Come on, brother. 742 Pacific. That's what's that? 10. Yeah, that's 1042. That was a nice trade. That was a nice trade, Samuel. Right here. I mean, it's just one candle before, right? But yes, that was a really nice trade. Cuba, good afternoon. Today's the end of a long weekend in Poland. Independence Day. Congratulations, brother. Just tune in and hope to learn something. Yeah, welcome. Annette, should we typically look for 3 support before the kaboom? Well, the kaboom is to the upside. Kaboom is to the upside. Boom is to the downside. Uh, you don't need three, right? You don't need three, but this is giving you a lot of conviction here on it, because look how strong was this area here, and when you finally broke it, look how much energy you needed. One candle this size, and then five red candles to actually break this level. Buyers tried to recover, but then sellers took control right here in this same area, here. So do we need 3 touches here? Do we need 4 touches here? We don't, but this is just telling you how strong was this area for buyers, and when sellers took control here, it's just telling you, it's just screaming you, this is gonna be pushed hard to the downside. So you went from 244 to 237 in a few minutes, right? So this is, again, this is not a rule. This is not a rule. Too many touches here, but the more touches, or the more strong this area here, when you broke it and you reject it again, the like the more aggressive is gonna be the drop. Samuel. All right. Yeah, but that was the same. That was the same thing, Samuel. It was a nice trade. Anyone took AMD today, guys? Anyone took AMD? No one. This is a great question, Cuba. Are you not even looking at VWAP or EMAs or even volume? I'm not. This is my chart. This is the only thing that I have on my chart. Actually, I don't remember if this morning I took out my daily 20 SMA. It's a SMA. But that's the only indicator that I have. Everything here, it's just key levels, and only key levels, and my intraday key levels with the Trader's Lab indicator. If you guys, thank you for reminding me. If you guys want this tool here, the link for this tool is on the video description, also on the channel description. You can take a look to this. It was developed by one member of the community, so if you can just go there, support his work, that would be great. How do you filter out noise and fake out? Brother, I'm just watching price action. Price action wins over any indicator. Remember, indicators are lagging information, right? Lagging information. So I don't care about VWAP, I don't care about EMAs, I don't care about SMAs, because that's past information. I'm watching right now. I'm watching what the price is doing. So I don't care about indicators. All right. Can I have this link on Thinkorswim? No, you can't. It's for TradingView. It's for TradingView only. All right. So not sure if that answers your question, Cuba. But that's why I don't use indicators. It's just lagging information. I don't care about what happened in the past. I care what's going on right now and how it's reacting to previous price areas, not indicators, price area. So Neto, you never use volume? Yes, I do. I actually, I think yesterday I told you about how I use volume by price, right? I like to use, for example, now that we are breaking this area, I would like to have volume all the way to here, so I can validate my key levels, right? So this is gonna be a strong area for SPY 683, and then look at this, how well you can identify key levels or areas of interest. And can you see, for example, this gap here, can you see the gap on volume? That's what I like a lot. But I use volume by price, not volume profile. And I use it for planning my exits, not for planning my entries. All right. Okay, let's go with Amazon. I want to show you this one. Actually, I don't remember who asked me about this Amazon trade. But look at this, guys. So this is the break, displacement, and retest of the 1 minute and the 5 minute opening range. And you will see like, oh well, that actually looks like really clear. Oh, I'm sorry. Leave Amazon. Okay, sorry about that, my mistake. Okay, replay, start new, right here. Look at this looks really nice. Break, displacement, retest of the 5 minute opening range. Would you open a position here? Well, this is the very first question that I would like to answer. I don't. Why? Because this is just too close to high of the day. Too close to have. Even if I had like something like this, or like something like this, because it's above the previous high of the day. If I don't have 1 to 1.5 at least to high of the day, I don't take these kind of trades. All right. But let's go to the next candle. All right. Okay, next candle. Well, this is looking promising, right? This is looking promising. Well, but what's going on? What's going on with the indices? Okay, right here. Okay, right here. Look at this. QQQ. What's going here? What's going on here? 1002. Okay, so SPY was holding this 5 minute opening range high. Okay, well, just that alone, I like it. I like it. But what's going on with QQQ? QQQ is failing to create new highs. Actually, it's rejecting the 1 minute opening range. So that's exactly when SPY is holding the 5 minute opening range, but QQQ it's weaker. It's weaker. So if you have like a huge how do you call this, the spatial awareness? Yeah, I think it's a spatial awareness, right? Like if you are good looking at the indices and looking at your name, you will see that Amazon is having relative strength, right? Why relative strength? Because even when QQQ is still on the 5 minute opening range and SPY is also holding the 5 minute opening range, Amazon was actually creating new highs. So this is why it looks good. But again, awareness, right? So if you are not following, if you don't have a clear trend on SPY and QQQ and you are actually just ranging, you are just inside of the range, well, you need more strong on your name to actually say, okay, well, this can fly, right? This can go. So now let me go to the next candle here. This went here. Look at this. I'm gonna show you this. What happened here? Actually, here it's a 1 to 2 reward rated trade, but you need it to be with the finger on the trigger. What happened with the next candle? It's looking weak. Next candle. I will be stopped out on this one. So if you were paying a lot of attention and you trim some of your position right here, that was great. Why? Because this was more than 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade. But I don't know how long this lasted, right? If I mean, if it rejected like aggressively, yeah. So maybe you didn't have time here for even trimming this position, right? But that's the reason I like this. This was showing relative strength, but that was exactly the problem, right? This was showing some strength, but SPY and QQQ was showing nothing. They were inside of the range. Okay. Jennifer, how do you show the volume on the vertical chart? On the price or on the time, Jennifer? The one that I show you here, it's a this tool is called anchored volume profile. Anchor volume profile, and you can choose what range you want to see. For example, if you just want to see, I don't know, like week to date, I mean, from this is the volume only for this week, and you can just move this and include whatever you want, right? And it starts moving. But the name is anchored volume profile. If you look for it, it's on your left, on the tools panel, on the projection. It's right here, volume base anchor volume profile. And you can have this one here, the fixed range volume profile, and you decide the range. Okay, you're very welcome. I'm a little behind, but YouTube charts is great. Charts look good. Maybe remove the indicators. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. What indicators, brother? The only indicator here is this yellow line. Is the daily 20 SMA. Everything else is just key levels. This yellow box, it's the gap on the daily chart. Blue lines are my key levels on the daily chart, and white lines are my key levels on the 15-minute chart. And this white box was, like a very relevant key area for support. So no indicators here. Okay, guys. So that was the trade. That was the trade I was watching here on Amazon. There's people that, okay, well, Neto, what about this break and retest of this pre-market high? It was this key level on the 15-minute chart. Can you see here how it's breaking? Yeah, well, but I think this is just noise. I mean, yes, we had this candle here, and actually, this was the break. I'm gonna show you here. This is the breakout on QQQ, and I think it was also on SPY. Can you see here this candle? This was the breakout on QQQ. This was inside of the range on SPY. Yes, I like it, but I think it was just too much of a noise around this key level. So that's not a good break retest boom for me. Neto, would you like to explain how you plan your exits using the volume tool? Well, I use the volume tool for my 15-minute key level charts. I'm sorry, for my 15-minute chart key levels, and that's how I plan my exits. So it's not that I use the volume by price to plan my exits. I use the volume by price to draw my key levels on the 15-minute chart, and that's how I plan my exits. So it's one step before. All right, let's go to Nvidia. Nvidia also was super easy today. So You had weakness since the open. You had weakness since the open. You broke the pre-market low since the very beginning. So you had this break and retest of the 5 minute and the 1 minute opening range. So this could be your first entry to the downside, right? This could be your first entry to the downside. Many rejections of this 5 minute opening range low. But the actual clear one was this break and retest of the previous day low, and also it's getting inside of the gap. This yellow box it's a gap on the daily chart. So as you can see here, this was the clearer entry, a break and retest previous day low, and a good drop. Then you came back and then you retested again. Oh, sorry about that. Then you retested right here. Right here, this is the 193.50. This is 193.50. Remember, we pay attention to whole numbers and round numbers. So this was a really nice rejection of this. So you maybe take an entry, something like this, not on the retest, but on the next candle when it's actually below the previous candle, and you may be aiming to low of the day. Well, low of the day was a 1 to 1.9, so that's nice. But let's say that you were aiming 192. 192, you had 192, it was a 1 to 2.5, and then you had another break and retest, and let's do this. Something like this. What do you think? It's the break and retest of this 193, and then another drop. This drop is going almost to 191.50 here. Almost. Anyway, right here is 1 to 2. All right here is 1 to 2. So yeah, this was a third trade here, or fourth trade if you wanted to do something like here. That was also a nice trade. Alex, what did you do? Rafa, you took Tesla in a minute. Alex, Nvidia 1004, waiting for confirmation. 1004, 1004 here. Okay. Same risk as I indicated here. Waiting for confirmation on the indices to enter, aiming to 192.50. 192.50 right here. Good job. 1 to 3 risk reward. Good job. Californication. That's the same trade. 1004. Yes, sir. 1004. Good job there. Joe Gold, you take limit orders on the text? No, I only take market orders for my buys and my sells. Buying and selling, only market orders. And I use Webull, so I have good feels. Or at least that's what I feel. I never complain about my feels on market orders. So yeah, there's people like, oh well, it we have 2 cents slippage or 3 cents slippage. Brother, come on. I mean, I don't think a slippage on tech names or my kind of trades are reason enough to justify a loss, right? Jennifer, do you trade futures? I don't. I mean, not too much. I have one Top Step account that I barely use because I'm an options addict. I prefer to trade options than futures, and I like to to trade with my capital. The only thing that I trade on Top Step it's ES, and the only setup that I take there it's the break retest boom. That's why I mean I have not traded too much the past months, because in options you make way too much. I know you don't raise your own money. I know you have rules. It's just I mean, I like to trade with my cash account, and I feel that I'm good taking my setup. So I've been doing good money, instead of like being forced to follow rules on Top Step and the draw the drawdown rule. So there's a lot of things on the futures that I don't like. I prefer my style, so that's why I don't trade futures anymore. All right, guys. Tesla is the last name that we are gonna watch today. I think we had this nice break and retest pre-market low, a nice continuation to the downside. Why Tesla was not that clear? Well, I don't know, but can you see here? Once SPY failed to break the range here and like reverse, or well, not reverse, enter again to the range, this Tesla was showing weakness, right? Was showing some weakness here. So with the indices failing to create new highs and Tesla showing some weakness, this was the very first opportunity that I watched. Hey Neto, I did not take it right there. I think I took it like, I don't know, like maybe here. Because I like a lot this candle. Okay, well, anything here was great, right? Why I'm saying this one here? Because that's the real candle where the indices were showing weakness, failing to create new highs, right? That's why. That's why. And I mean, this worked perfectly. This worked perfectly. Can you see how well the 15-minute chart key levels are working? Once you broke this key level here, previous day low was the obvious key level to hit. So that was the second entry here, right? The break and retest and weakness out of this 15-minute chart key level. Guys, anyone took a Tesla trade? Rafa 943 here. What were you trying here, Rafa? You took Tesla shorts here. 943? Why? And held it down to 950. That was a nice trade, but I don't get why you enter here. A reversal, break and retest of the 5-minute opening range. No, I don't consider it something like that. However, look at this. If you were watching Tesla, maybe you should be paying attention to this area here. You should be paying attention to this area here. Maybe to this area here also. Or maybe this. And now here, what did you say, 943? Now I like it. I mean, now I like it. Why? Because you are showing a lot of weakness from these areas here. From these areas here, you never reclaimed pre-market high. So you came back here. I mean, for being honest, I don't like this entry. I don't like this entry. I don't consider this is like the retest of any key level here. But I mean, trying to understand something on your trade, this is a nice fail of 442, 443 area. So right here, right in this 943 candle, you broke 440. This might be a good sign for me. The break of 440. That was a super strong key level. However, look at this. I mean, you are what are you doing here? Maybe you are something like chasing this breakout of this key level here, 440. right? Maybe you were chasing this key level here for 40, but that's a breakout trade. Uh, Jennifer, do you have this session recorded? Yes, it's recorded. You just go to the channel and look for the name. Usually they are. Okay, yeah. Usually the name of the video it's year, month, day trade review. So this video it's 25/11/11. Why? That's a project manager thing, guys. I'm sorry, but that has been my life forever. Okay, so those were the Tesla trades that I was watching here. That's the only thing that I have for you today, guys. I need to run. Yesterday, for you guys, if you are on the Traders Lab, I'm sorry I had to postpone our session yesterday, but I had to take to the doctor, Netito, my little boy, and yeah, so sorry about that. Family first. We are gonna have our session today later for the Traders Lab. So I'll see you there, guys. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and remember that on the pre-market hours, something around 9 in the morning Eastern time, I will keep sharing my SPY and QQQ charts. So please go there and share some love to those charts if you want me to keep them coming. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.